He's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right?
Say what now? Will Smith's ex-friend and former assistant, Brother Bilal, just dropped a bombshell. He's accusing Will of forcing actor Bryshere Gray into private encounters and claims this whole situation explains why Bryshere is now showing a whole different side of himself on camera. Bilal says that after Will had his way, he tossed Bryshere aside like he was nothing and made sure he got pushed out of the industry too. That's wild, but it doesn't stop there. Bilal also claims that the second he started spilling this explosive tea, Jada went off and allegedly threatened his life. Things have gotten so intense that Bilal and Jada are now facing off in court, and from what's coming out of that courtroom, the receipts are shocking. It all kicked off when Bilal went public during a heated interview on Tasha K's show, and it was chaos. He didn't hold back one bit, exposing Will like his whole reputation was on the line. Bilal went as far as making graphic claims about something he says he saw with his own eyes, Will allegedly getting intimate with Dwayne Martin in his dressing room. This drama is spiraling out of control.
And about Bryshere's mom, I'm gonna kick you in your and then I'm gonna go to work North Philly style. She knew what Will did to him. So he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Bilal claimed he caught Will bent over a couch while Dwayne Martin was going at it like he was striking gold. The way he described it had everyone's jaws on the floor. It was wild. Naturally, the internet couldn't handle that kind of tea. The interview exploded online, spreading like wildfire, and within just 9 hours, Jada was reportedly losing it. She allegedly tried to silence Bilal with a lawsuit, accusing him of trying to extort her and Will before he went public with his story. But instead of backing down, Bilal came back swinging. That lawsuit threat only fired him up even more. He returned to Tasha K's show for part 2, and this time he went in on Jada with full force. He dragged her name through the dirt and even dared her to go through with the lawsuit, saying if she really wanted smoke, he'd unload every last secret he's been holding. This feud is getting nastier by the minute.
Like Uncle Will, who was best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
People are really starting to believe Bilal's story, and honestly, it's not every day as someone who was supposedly deep inside Will Smith's inner circle starts spilling secrets like this. It's wild, and let's be real, it's rare for someone to talk this loud if they're lying, especially when they know a lawsuit could hit any minute. Most folks who make stuff up usually disappear when the heat's on, but not Bilal. He's doubling down. He even popped up on another podcast called Make It Sense, and wow, he didn't hold anything back. He straight up compared Will to Diddy Jr., calling him out for allegedly pulling the same kind of shady moves. According to Bilal, Will supposedly lures young men into his circle under the promise of mentorship and career guidance, but then things take a disturbing turn. He claims those same men end up in compromising situations while their careers never go anywhere. Once Will's done, Bilal says he allegedly either passes him off to other big names in the industry or shuts him up for good using his power and influence.
I'm gonna give you a chapter from the book since I owed you something.
Okay.
In the book, in one of the chapters, they talk about mentorship. So I grabbed my husband, I said, listen, I didn't know what happened, nothing. I was just asked to come. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Hey, we telling something that got paperwork involved.
And the most jaw-dropping part? Bilal says Will personally admitted to assaulting Bryshere and claims there are actual documents backing up what he's saying. This situation just keeps getting darker and more twisted. Since we're already talking about Will and these so-called mentorships, let's get into the case of Bryshere Gray, because word on the street is that both Will and Diddy allegedly pulled the same move on him too. It's messy. And here's where it gets even worse. People are saying Bryshere's own mom, Andrea, was part of it. The story floating around claims that back when Bryshere was on Empire, his former manager, Charlie Mack, supposedly got the green light from Andrea to let Will and Diddy mentor her son. At first, it sounded like the perfect setup. Will was a Hollywood icon, Diddy was a music mogul, and Bryshere was chasing both acting and music. Who wouldn't think that was a dream opportunity? In interviews from back then, you could see Bryshere's excitement. He truly believed that working with Will and Diddy would take him straight to the top. But according to Bilal's version of things, that mentorship turned dark real fast. Once they were allegedly done with him, Bryshere's whole life fell apart. He reportedly spiraled into addiction and started showing a completely different side of himself on camera.
A lot of stuff is about to come out about Will, Jada, and Charlie Mack. It is going to be unbelievable.
It's heartbreaking to see how his dreams turned into a total nightmare. If you had told Bryshere years ago that he'd end up in this mess, he probably would have laughed right in your face. According to Jaguar Wright, that whole mentorship Will supposedly offered Bryshere wasn't mentorship at all. It was something completely different. And remember how Bryshere's life took a dark turn right after his time with Will ended? Well, the proof is in the chaos that followed. In 2022, he was arrested and found guilty of aggravated assault involving a woman he was seeing at the time. A shocking fall of grace for someone who once had the world at his feet. But that wasn't even the first time trouble came knocking. Back in 2020, things got even uglier. His wife, who people didn't even know existed until then, ran to a nearby gas station begging for help. She reportedly told police that Bryshere had strangled her during a violent fight. When officers arrived at his home to arrest him, he locked himself inside and refused to come out. It got so serious that a full SWAT team had to negotiate with him for hours before he finally surrendered. It's heartbreaking to see how someone who once had fame, money, and talent ended up in such a dark, twisted situation. When Bryshere's mugshots hit the internet, everyone was stunned, like life had drained every bit of spark out of him. It was heartbreaking and shocking all at once. But just when people thought the situation couldn't get any messier, Jaguar Wright jumped back into the mix with even more jaw-dropping claims. She said that Charlie Mack was only able to hand Bryshere over to Will because his mom, Andrea, was allegedly in on the deal too. That revelation had everyone's head spinning.
Secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will. And I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that.
Jaguar didn't stop there. She also dropped another bomb, saying that after Cassie came forward with her lawsuit, Bryshere was supposedly getting ready to file his own case against Will and Diddy. But according to her, he was allegedly threatened and had to back out because he feared for his life. That's a terrifying claim. And here's where things get wild. Jaguar even alleged that there's a secret tape out there involving Justin Bieber, Will, Jaden, Diddy, and Bryshere in a private situation. And she says she's one of the few people who's actually seen it. That's one of the boldest statements she's ever made. As for the lawsuit she mentioned, many believe she was referring to that rumored $50 million case against Diddy and Will, the same one hinted at through a mysterious blind item that read, "I suspect the soon to step forward." This story just keeps spiraling into deeper, darker territory. A shocking blind item claimed the male victim of assault by this A-list mogul won't be the last man to come forward, Sean Diddy Combs. And just when you think things couldn't get wilder, remember how Bilal said he had receipts about what really went down between Will and Bryshere? He wasn't bluffing. According to Bilal, Bryshere personally told him that Will allegedly assaulted him and that Diddy even forced him into doing explicit things. It's horrifying to even imagine, and people online have been losing their minds over these claims. And it doesn't stop there. Rumors have swirled for years that Will has a strange obsession with controlling every aspect of his kids' lives. Jaguar Wright backed that up with another disturbing statement, saying Jaden allegedly moved out of Will's house at just 15 because he couldn't take it anymore. That's a heavy claim.
Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous, right?
and it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
If you're wondering how Jaguar got all this information, she made it clear. She says Bilal was the one who told her everything. The deeper this story goes, the more twisted and uncomfortable it gets. And guess what? Bilal went back on Tasha K's show again, but this time his focus shifted straight to Jada. He didn't hold back one bit. He called her a raging sociopath and completely exposed her, accusing her of standing by and letting Will allegedly do all these things without ever stepping in to stop him. It was brutal. Right after that fiery interview, Bilal took things to the next level. He filed a $3 million lawsuit against Jada. In it, he accuses her of threatening his life after he refused to stay quiet. According to Bilal, the confrontation went down in September 2021, right in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas Commons. He claims Jada told him point blank that if he didn't stop talking about her private business, he'd end up missing or catch a bullet. That's chilling. The lawsuit also says Jada tried to force him into signing a non-disclosure agreement to shut him up, and when he refused, she allegedly followed him to his car, continuing to threaten him. After that, Bilal claims he started getting even more warnings and messages from people connected to Will and Jada's circle, making him fear for his safety. This drama has crossed from messy gossip into something seriously dangerous.
And just when everyone thought the drama couldn't go any further, boom, a whole new layer of chaos dropped. After Bilal filed his lawsuit, social media went wild, and more people started coming forward with stories that painted a similar picture of what goes on behind the scenes with Will and Jada. Suddenly, what started as one man's claims began turning into a full-blown Hollywood storm. Rumors started swirling that Bilal might not be the only one ready to take them to court. Some insiders are whispering that a few other people who used to work close to the Smiths are quietly talking to lawyers, collecting receipts, and preparing to expose even more shocking details. If that's true, this could blow up in ways no one's ready for.
Give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it.
Meanwhile, Jada's team has reportedly been scrambling to control the damage, deleting old posts, cutting off certain connections, and trying to clean up anything that might look suspicious. But it's too late. The internet doesn't forget, and people are already digging up interviews, old clips, and mysterious moments that suddenly look way too suspicious in hindsight. The streets are talking, and everyone's watching to see what happens next. Will this turn into another major celebrity scandal that shakes the industry, or will it all get buried under Hollywood money and power? Either way, it feels like the truth is bubbling just beneath the surface, and it's only a matter of time before it explodes. As this scandal keeps snowballing, the tension in Hollywood is off the charts. Everyone's walking on eggshells, trying not to get caught in the crossfire between Bilal, Will, and Jada. Sources close to the situation say the Smiths camp is working overtime to silence anyone who might add fuel to the fire. But people online are not backing down. They're demanding answers, and the more Jada and Will stay quiet, the louder the internet gets. Whispers are spreading that Bilal isn't done talking either. He's supposedly sitting on more evidence, including audio recordings and private messages that could completely flip the story. Word is, he's saving those for court, waiting for the perfect moment to drop them like bombs. If that's true, the fallout could be massive. Meanwhile, fans are divided. Some believe Bilal's every word, but others think he's just clout chasing. But the more details that come out, the harder it gets to ignore how deep this mess goes. People are starting to question everything they thought they knew about Hollywood's most perfect couple. And the craziest part? Insiders claim this might just be the tip of the iceberg. More celebrities could be linked to this tangled web of secrets and betrayal. Whatever happens next, one thing's for sure. This story isn't over yet, and the next move could change everything.
Door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal with Will.
The process at first, they kept.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, like it was in there.
Now the whole situation is turning into something straight out of a movie. Word on the street is that Bilal's next move could shake the entire Hollywood elite, because apparently he's been in talks with a major documentary team ready to put everything on film. They're planning to dig into the dark side of fame, exposing the truth behind those mentorship circles that have been whispered about for years. If that happens, names bigger than Will and Jada could get pulled right into the mess.
Insiders claim that this doc might feature exclusive interviews, screenshots, and behind-the-scenes clips showing just how deep the manipulation in the industry goes. Some even say Bilal's been offered serious money to reveal more, but he's hesitant, worried for his safety after all the threats he's received. Meanwhile, Hollywood is panicking. People are cutting ties, locking down their social media, and trying to erase any connection to the Smiths or Diddy before this blows up. Every day, new tea gets spilled, and fans can't tell what's fact or fiction anymore, but the drama just keeps building. One thing's clear, the truth has people shook, and whatever Bilal drops next could either expose a massive cover-up or destroy careers overnight. The spotlight's on, and everyone's waiting for the next shocking twist. Things have officially hit a boiling point. The noise around Bilal, Will, and Jada has reached a level no one saw coming, and the tension is spreading across Hollywood like wildfire. Now everyone's wondering who's next, because insiders say more people are ready to speak out, and what they've got could turn this entire situation upside down. Rumor has it that some of Will's old industry friends have been quietly distancing themselves, unfollowing him on social media and canceling projects that were supposed to feature his name. That's got fans thinking maybe there's more truth to Bilal's story than people wanted to believe. Even a few A-listers have started posting cryptic messages that seem to line up with the chaos, almost like they're hinting that they know something. Meanwhile, Bilal's staying low-key, but allegedly working behind the scenes with investigators, trying to make sure his claims are backed up by solid proof.
No secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will, and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped.
Word is, he's being extra careful now. New security, hidden locations, and encrypted communication because the threats haven't stopped. The internet's buzzing, the media's watching, and Hollywood's sweating bullets. Everyone can feel something big is coming, something that could change everything people thought they knew about fame, power, and the price of silence. The countdown to the next reveal has officially begun, and nobody's ready for the storm that's about to hit. Now it feels like the calm before the storm, but everyone knows it won't last. The whispers around Hollywood are louder than ever, and the tension is thicker than smoke. Reports say Bilal might finally be preparing to drop the final set of evidence he's been hinting at for months. And if what people are saying is true, it could be explosive enough to end some careers for good. Apparently, this final release could include a mix of emails, recordings, and behind-the-scenes footage that link powerful people to things they've been denying for years. Industry insiders are already panicking, trying to get ahead of the story, calling in their PR teams and spinning every rumor before it goes public. It's chaos behind closed doors.
Bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Meanwhile, fans are glued to their screens, waiting for the next update. Every time Bilal posts something even slightly cryptic, it sends the internet into a frenzy. People are analyzing his every word, convinced that he's about to reveal something massive. And here's the wildest part. Some sources claim that major media outlets are trying to block this story from going mainstream, worried about the backlash it could cause. But you can't stop the internet. Once the tea's out, it's out for good. Whatever Bilal decides to do next could completely rewrite Hollywood history. The tension is sky high, and everyone's waiting for the boom that's bound to shake everything up. It's getting too real now. The buzz surrounding this saga has hit a dangerous level. The streets, the blogs, and even some industry insiders are all saying the same thing. Something big is about to drop, and nobody's ready for it. Bilal's name keeps trending, and people can't stop dissecting every rumor, every clip, every post tied to Will and Jada. The energy online feels electric, like everyone's holding their breath before the next explosion.
So when Will told me that he did have some intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he finished, completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person say stop, that means stop.
Insiders claim that powerful Hollywood figures are scrambling to protect their images, calling in lawyers, tightening NDAs, and warning people not to speak. But it's too late. The internet detectives are in full force, digging up old footage, matching timelines, and connecting dots that might reveal way more than anyone expected. Some even believe that a few major outlets have already been pressured to bury upcoming stories about this scandal. Meanwhile, Bilal's reportedly gone completely silent, which has only made things worse. Every time he disappears, people assume he's working on something huge behind the scenes. And let's be honest, with how deep this rabbit hole's gotten, silence feels louder than words right now. Rumors are swirling that the next revelation could expose ties between multiple A-listers and secret deals that kept the truth hidden for years. If what's coming out is real, this could be the most explosive Hollywood shakeup in decades. The countdown to chaos is ticking louder every day.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw.
At this point, the tension is unbearable. The whole entertainment world feels like it's holding its breath. Everyone's waiting to see whether Bilal will finally unleash the evidence that could shatter Hollywood's shiny image once and for all. The whispers are deafening, and each new rumor hits like a thunderclap across social media. Fans, bloggers, and even a few celebs are circling like hawks, ready to pounce the second something new drops. Behind the scenes, things are just as wild. Sources say legal teams are working overtime, trying to stop leaks before they spread, but it's not working. Every day, another clip, screenshot, or anonymous statement makes its way online, fueling the chaos even more. And while Will and Jada are keeping quiet publicly, insiders claim their inner circle is crumbling under the pressure. People who used to defend them are backing away fast, saying they don't want any part of this mess. Others are suddenly going private on social media, deleting posts or cutting off contact altogether. That silence says a lot, and the internet's reading between every line.
If you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence. Period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me, and you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will. Period. Me and her at war.
Now, the big question is, when Bilal finally speaks again, will he bring the full truth to light? Or will someone manage to shut him down before it all comes out? Either way, the storm's already here, and it's only getting stronger by the minute. And just when people thought the storm couldn't get any wilder, the energy around this story is hitting its peak. It feels like the entire industry is on edge, waiting for the next shockwave to hit. Word is, Bilal's been meeting privately with journalists and producers, allegedly prepping to drop his full story in a way no one can silence, through a tell-all documentary or streaming special. If that happens, it could be game over for some of Hollywood's biggest names. People close to the situation say what's coming isn't just more gossip, it's proof, receipts, evidence that could finally connect all the dots between Will, Jada, Diddy, and the string of names caught in their orbit. The buzz is that this time, Bilal's not holding back anything. Meanwhile, fans are flooding social media with theories, timelines, and clips from old interviews that suddenly make way more sense now. Even people who used to laugh off the rumors are starting to question what's really going on behind all that fame and fortune.
I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will L-worded me.
Some insiders are saying that high-level execs are already panicking, trying to stop the release before it drops, but it might be too late. Once the truth hits the internet, it's unstoppable. This isn't just another Hollywood rumor anymore. This is the kind of revelation that could flip the whole industry upside down. People are buzzing non-stop about this whole situation, and the comments online have been absolutely wild. One person said Jaguar Wright claims some young men would run screaming out of the Smiths' house. Even their own kids wouldn't go over there. That's a chilling statement. Another comment hit even harder. The way he described Bryshere, with tears and fear all over his face, begging him not to tell him. No wonder Bryshere spiraled out. He had nobody he could trust. That one really got people emotional. It shows just how deep the pain behind this story might go. And now everyone's asking the same burning questions. Do you really think Will did all these shocking things to Bryshere Gray? Could there be truth hidden beneath all this chaos? And will Bryshere ever speak out himself and tell his side of what really went down? The internet's ready, and fans everywhere are waiting for answers that could finally close this dark chapter. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every opinion, every theory, every piece of insight. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because this story is far from over. And before you go, click right here to watch the next video. Trust me, it's even messier than this one.